Meeting's open. No visitors as such. Record of attendance. Joyland and Preston are both remote. And we have Julie, Deborah and myself, so we've got a full attendance. There are no apologies, no approved absences of leave, no declaration of interest notified, no public questions. Now, announcements, just for discussion, just briefly. Everybody's hearing a lot about whether or not they're going to run out of fuel, where we're up to. Out here, we're going okay. Wingalina ran out of diesel. Blackstone nearly ran out of diesel. So they're getting resupplied in about a week. We've still got plenty, they've got plenty of power station fuel. They don't have a problem there. They've got about 6 weeks worth. We've got about 12 weeks worth. So while you hear a lot about it, the power stations will be okay. It's just, we'll really know a lot more around the 6th of April. That's when we get our next lot of fuel. And the other one that's a bit tricky for us is, you know, that really big tank down the airstrip. That one there is special plane fuel, jet fuel. And we got another big load of that coming on the 6th, around the 6th of April as well. The people who are sending it to us said it's not a problem, they've got it and they'll be able to provide it. They haven't said there's any issues or any problems with getting it down there. So we've been doing business with them for a long time, so I hope that'll all work out okay. So no petitions, presentations or deputations. We have somebody confirm the minutes of the previous meeting. Deborah, Julie, all okay? David, do you want to say anything about your report?
No, it's really, Mr. President. It's a typical, typical as you know, from month to month. So, let's like, if you have any specific questions, can refer to Max if you like.
No, it's just there's a fair bit of work going on with councils. The implementation of councils first, that's still going ahead okay?
Yeah, this is the investment report. So this is just our cash flow position for the month.
So with councils first, I was just asking on the chief executive report if that's still going ahead okay?
Yeah.
That's the change from the old software synergy to the new software. The investments.
Other
than skyrocketing interest rates, which sort of we've got to do something at some stage.
Yeah, I mean, look, everything's tracking very well with the greater oversight in which we're undertaking with our finances. It's certainly paying dividends. As you can see, the difference from this time last year to this year, with an income return of between 420,000 last year to about 480,000 this year. So certainly tracking very well.
Yeah, do we have somebody move that we received that report on the investments? Deborah? Joylyn, all okay? Yeah. The next one is one that comes around fairly regularly. It's the waiving the rent for the Early Childhood Learning Centre and the accommodation for Joy. Sorry, I missed one. Payments by employees for the purchasing cards. That's when credit cards are used to make payments. I've been through all of those with a fair bit of detail. Dave's taken me through some of the things that he's wanted to identify. But I'm happy to sort of recommend that we pass those payment. Somebody prepared to move? Julie? Preston, Julie, all okay? Yeah. Now, the early childhood centre, that's the play group. We haven't passed that one yet. We started that then. The Chief Executive Officer report, we didn't receive that. Could somebody move that we received that report? Preston, Deborah, all okay? Now we're down to the rent on the early childhood centre. This is as a result of Playgroups Australia moving out of doing early childhood and the Ngandara Council moving in. NIAA has been very slow at processing that changeover. So in the interim, the Shire's been waiving the rent on the early childhood centre and the accommodation for the lead staff member. What we need to do is authorise the CEO to waive the adopted fees and charges for the rental on 183 and 225. Authorise 183, and that's the actual building at Playgroup, and lot 255 to be provided to the Ngandara Council Group on a month-by-month basis to be reviewed in 3 months' time. That's at the end of June or the beginning of June.
3 months, yeah, through to June.
Yeah, so it'll be towards the end of June. And authorises the CEO to provide the Ngandara Council for a period of 3 months and to execute a lease agreement for both properties. Do we have somebody move, please? Deborah, Julie, all okay? We've been a strong supporter for early childhood for a long time. Now, the resolution register is the register of outcomes for council decisions. Having looked at that, that looks like it's pretty much up to date and there's nothing there to cause any concern.
The only outstanding ones are these couple here, which are to do with leases and the execution of lease agreements.
So that's stuff that we're really dependent on other people to respond to. So that's
operational matters. So
yeah. So can we have somebody move that we receive the report on the council resolution register? Preston, Deborah, all okay? Okay. Now the next one is one at the moment. Local government, when they have elections every 2 years, and people have 4-year terms. And it's not compulsory, like it's, you know, the state elections and the federal elections. If you don't vote, they write you a letter and then give you a bill for $90 if you haven't voted. So they do that in the state as well. It's compulsory voting, like you have to do it. But in local government, you don't have to vote if you don't want to. So things have worked reasonably well for us the way they are, and I really can't see the point in changing that. You know, I've talked to Preston about this a fair bit, and what we've got at the moment seems to work well. So, you know, our position at this stage is that we spill the positions, like half go out every two years, and it's a 4-year term, and it's not compulsory voting. So is somebody prepared to move that we just stick with what we have? Okay, thank you, Preston. Joanne, all okay? Now, the next thing is the policy update on work health and safety and employee code of conduct. Work health and safety is one of the plans that you have to have, or a policy to be compliant with legislation. There is some update work done on that, and an employee code of conduct, which is where employees, when they're hired, are given a code of conduct and says this is what we reasonably expect employees to do, and that's been updated. So the work health and safety policy that's not done anything much other than bring it into line with changes over the course of time. Yeah. So we have somebody move that we implement we pass the update to take the place of the existing policy and update the employee code of conduct. Joylene, Deborah, all okay?
Yes.
Okay, the operational report I think is reasonably straightforward. I've had a look at that. There's nothing concerning there, but one thing that is good is that the standard of work has been consistent and they're getting through a lot of work between Phil and Marcel. So have you got anything you want to comment on there, Dave?
No, through you, Mr. President, I think it's indicative of, as you said, the work that both Marcel and Phil put into it. They're certainly very active in the period that they're up here, and it certainly shows. So
They've done a lot of good work refurbishing the offices over there. The quiet office and the ones gone down. It's been painted and everything done. Good. Okay, could we have somebody move we receive the operational report? Julie, Deborah, Preston, you all right with that? Joylene? Yeah, okay. We don't have an environmental health surveyor at the moment, so we don't have a report for environmental health services. Note the report that there is no content. So we have somebody move that we receive the environmental health report. Deborah, Julie. All okay? Okay. Corporate and community services reports. Anything more?
maybe if I could refer to Judy or Max if they want to highlight anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. For you, Mr. President, if I could refer to either Judy or Max just to give a quick overview of the next couple of reports, so monthly payment listing.
Can't really see it that well. I'll have to put it open. 1 second, sorry.
I think we're probably going to get it in. It certainly represents the typical expenditure throughout the month. So.
There's nothing you need to draw our attention to there.
Nothing out of the ordinary, that's for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
Could we have somebody move that we receive the monthly payments listing for February, please? Deborah, Joylene, all okay? The monthly statement of financial activity for the month of ending in the month of February is a table document, or a screen document these days. That's a report that the staff do and provide the council for inclusion in their records, stating what activity's been undertaken in year to date up to the end of February. If somebody moved that we received the monthly financial statement for February. Joylene, got a second for that? Okay, thank you, Preston. All okay? Now, we don't have any new business of an urgent nature, if you're aware of that. There are no confidential items. The next meeting will be on the last Wednesday of April. Yes.
It's our way.
Yeah, well, the more contractors that are in the mix, the better. Part of the problem with the outback wires are just run out of partners. No, that's a good thing.
You know, we can get that 50.
Okay, thank you, Preston. All right, then. Well, thank you, everybody, for your attendance. That's the end of the business. We'll close the meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you.